We're in the what is it called?
Castle of San Anton?
Oh yeah, we are in the Castle of San Anton. It is built in the 18th century, but it didn't start out as a castle. It was actually first a quarantine place for fishermen and mariners that came out from the sea. It was so quarantined that the thing connecting it to the country, to the land, was built in the 19th century. And before that there was a little ferry service that went back and forth, and by the end of the 18th century they decided to make this a fortress, and in the beginning of the 19th century they finished it. There are 3 of these. There's also the San Diego, Fortress de San Diego, and the Fortress, Diego and Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Also here in the neighborhood, which are names we know from California. Yeah, it was during the time of Carlos I. Yeah, it was a wartime thing at some point, but most of its life this was a quarantine zone for people coming from the sea. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's walk around a little bit and see what's going on here. It's by the tip of the city.
Yeah, you can see our boat is right over there.
Yeah, so that's basically all new. So this was a little island basically, and that's all new.
So let's see.
Yeah. So I think this used to be either a dinghy for a larger ship or a fishing boat, but it's it's basically a big basket with cowhide stripped to the outside to make it waterproof, and that's basically it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I don't see why this wouldn't work. It won't be very stiff, but yeah, you would float. You would be able to paddle around. So yeah, quite ingenious. I'm not sure what year this is from, but judging from the age of all the stuff in here, I guess it's
old.
Very
Yes.
Maybe you see the cowhide. It's basically leather, a leather hull. So, we have these sailing boots, and they are very nice. They are breathable and they are very waterproof. But one thing that they do, and I've noticed this with a lot of sailing boots over the years, is that these soles, they make them out of plastic and not rubber. So at some point it kind of dries out, and then when you walk on the deck, especially the ones that we have, they have the little pyramids for grip, so that works fine if you have a rubber sole. But if you have a hard plastic sole and you have the hard little pyramids, then it becomes like ice. In the past I would just buy new boots, but we are stingy sailors, and what I thought would be a good idea was go to a shoemaker and ask them if they can like put a new sole on. But actually what they did, they just put some rubber on the bottom of the sole. It seems very sturdy, it's very grippy, and I think now we should be able to walk on deck with our boots in a safe manner. I was wearing my sneakers while sailing, which is fine if it's not that cold. But if it does get cold, these are running shoes, and they are they ventilate really well, so they also put in a lot of cold air. So I got some really cold feet at some point. Nice. So I hope this is gonna work. It's gonna be at least a bit safer. Let's see how long it stays on the sole. I don't know. Maybe it falls off after three times. I don't know. It was 16 euros per pair to do this, so a whole lot cheaper than a new pair of breathable boots. So we're happy with that. So I've just done one of the most stressful jobs on a boat. Well, you get used to it. But yeah, our speedometer, so the little paddle wheel in the water, it grew stuck. So we pulled it out, we put in the plug, and now I have it in a little glass of vinegar. But as you can see, it's pretty cruddy. So I can see why it didn't work at all. But we're just gonna leave it in a bit of vinegar for a little bit. Then we're gonna wipe it down and take a little toothbrush and fully clean it. And then, yeah, I guess put it back. The best is, of course, only to put it in when you go sailing. But this is all our canned and non-perishable food. And that sits on top of the Speedo. So taking that out every time, I don't see it happening. But yeah, we're just gonna wait. I think we're gonna get a cup of coffee in the city, and then we'll get back, and then I'm gonna clean it.
Rutger just cleaned our speedometer with a brush, and now we're ready to put it back in. So let's see.
Yeah, it spins freely. So yeah, there's always a little bit of gunk on it. I put it in a bit of vinegar, and I took an old toothbrush, and then I just cleaned it.
It smells like vinegar in here.
Yeah, it smells very vinegary. I have to clean it. Alright, so this is the scary part of the operation, but it's the only way. Okay, 1, 2, oh. It's not coming out. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, it's so scary. Deliberately making a hole in your boat. Well, you see, the hole is that big, and you see how fast it goes?
Yep.
That's why you don't want holes in your boat.
Yep. We are on our way to the Tower of Hercules. It is the oldest building, Roman building, that's still in use. And it's a lighthouse, and it looks pretty good for how old the tower is.
Looks basically new.
We have to go all the way up, and then you have a very nice view out on the sea. Yeah, because we saw this tower when we came in with the boat.
Yeah.
And now we decided to take a hike up to go and see the oldest Roman building that's still in use. Very cool. Yeah, so let's see what it's all about. We were just at the Tower of Hercules. Yeah, and we're coming back on Monday because there was a huge sign with the ticket prices, and it said that it's free on Monday. And it's quite busy right now because it's Saturday. It's yeah, it's the weekend, so yeah, everyone's just free from work and out and about. So we'll be here on Monday. So we thought, yeah, let's just ditch this busy tower and come back on Monday.
We'll come back on Monday.
Yeah, but this...
Save €6.
Yeah, well, that's for us, that's a lot. Yeah, but the scenery is really nice here. We walked a little bit down on the other side, on the seaside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have this amazing view, and there's a path. Oh, look at that bird. That's a cute bird. That's nice.
There's a pathway all around here with all sorts of contemporary art, and
yeah,
I think it's all a tribute to the coastline here, which is absolutely spectacular.
Yes.
I think it's one of the prettiest in the world, probably. I haven't been everywhere in the world, but it's one of the prettiest. It's also called Costa del Muerte.
Yep.
So the coast of death.
Oh,
Yeah, in heavy weather you can have some very intense wave action here, and combined with the rocks, well, the old ships, they would just get blown onto it, and a lot of them perished. But that's a thing of the past. So if you don't go out in crazy weather, you'll be
fine.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah. So we're just gonna enjoy this nice scenery and come back on Monday.
Today is the day. We're gonna finally fit our new sails. They came in the day before yesterday. Yesterday was rainy and a lot of wind, so you don't want to try and fit new sails. Yeah, the shipping of the sails was an adventure in its own. I will explain later what happened. It wasn't great, but we got them. Yeah, today we're gonna fit the new sails. We're gonna see how they fit, and if they fit at all, if we took the measurements correct, if the measurements have been executed correctly. So let's get to it. So along with new sails, I also ordered some new lines. These are going to be the reefing lines, so these are the old ones. I think this is from our old boat Conchil, and this was an original line. The old owner used the same color for everything, but I'm changing it to Dyneema. So we have blue for reef 1, green for reef 2, and red for when shit hits the fan for reef 3. Yeah, they're all Dyneema core, they're all the same kind of rope, so the coloring is gonna be a bit nicer. And all I have to do now is sew these two pieces of rope together and then pull them through the boom, and then we should have new reefing lines. So I'm gonna do that. It's our last night in A Coruña. We're gonna move to Sada tomorrow. Yeah, would love to go to Muxia or Vigo, but the winds are big and they are from the south. And the waves are a bit tall. So we're gonna go to Sada. It's a bit more of a quiet town, but it is a bit cheaper. And there's a big grocery store next to it, and there's some more opportunities to anchor. So I don't think it's a bad deal, but most of all, it's a good opportunity to test our sails.
Our new sails.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna test our new sails there. For now, we're gonna walk around the city. It's all pretty with the Christmas lights and everything. So yeah, we're gonna get some water, and then we're gonna have our last beer at the nice terrace here because they have a really nice bar here.
Yes.
And I enjoy.
Bow and Go. Go to Bow and Go. If you're in A Coruña, go to Bow and Go.
Really good coffee and good
Yes.
beer. So that's all you need.
Yes. But for now, let's enjoy the lights in the city. It's so pretty.
It is.
It makes me so happy. Yeah.